What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rooster Retro Show. My name is Rue, and this is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, Part 1. Link's Awakening DX, that is. In this adventure today, well, I've already actually gone through the remake version. I did that on some live streams here, so if you want to catch that on the channel here. Got a playlist and all that stuff set up for it and everything ready to go. So, but today I felt like, you know what? Let's make the return of Zelda Friday a thing. I loved Zelda as the cartoon show on Fridays as a kid, so I'm bringing this Let's Play back in the original classic form that it should be. So let's get ready. Let's get going with some Link's Awakening classic style. Now, not so much the classic style, just because there is the version that is, you know, obviously the regular black and white Game Boy version. Now this one instead, in lieu, was made after that, obviously, for like the Game Boy Color, I believe. And I forgot which year exactly that was, but anyway, this is Marin, and she found us. She's the one in the very beginning of the cutscene there that we just watched. And she's kind of going to take the role of Zelda in this game. There is no Zelda in this game. This is kind of like one of the first adventures where it was like a Link adventure on his own with no princess or anything kind of like that, as far as the release timeline of the games went. So, and this is Terran, and he saw the name. He saw our name on the back of his shield, so it must be ours. You got your shield back. Press the button and repel enemies with it. Yes, just like so. Very nice. Anything in this chest? Hey, what the hell are you doing in my chest? Where did you learn to do such a thing? You know, I pick up pots and I destroy stuff. It's kind of my thing. My name's Link. That's what I do. Speaking of picking up pots and such, you're not able to do that just yet because it looks like they're too heavy with just your bare hands, so. Let's go take a little walk around outside. Here we go. This is Mabe Village, the beginning area that you start in when you start this game up. So it's kind of like the quest hub. Not really. There's not really like quests or anything that you come back and forth in. I mean, you do a little bit, kind of, sort of, but it's a Zelda adventure, and it's in typical fashion. There's a lot of things to do. So, old man Ulrira. It's kind of a strange name to say. He is quite shy in person, but if you call him on the phone, you can actually get some hints and tips. If you get a little stuck in the quest and you don't know what to do next, you can always just kind of call up the old man. In very Legend of Neil fashion. Old man, please call me old man. I love that show. It actually just binge watched the hell out of that. Legend of Neil is a classic. Yeah, go check that out if you haven't yet already. But anyway, this is Bow Wow. Bow Wow is like a little chain chomp dude. And there's some little mini chain chomps that kind of live in this little area right here. Madam Meow Meow, I think is her name. I don't know. We're about to go visit her and see. Oh, my Bow Wow is so proud of his fine fur coat. He looks like a ball and chain, and I don't see any fur whatsoever. So that is a terrifying ball of destruction. And he's pretty cool though. He kind of acts like a doggy, so we like him. We like him a lot. Alright, just checking out over here. This is like the little courtyard area, and then there's a little shop right over here. I obviously have like no money, but you can come in here and you can buy stuff should you need it, or you can steal stuff from this guy. But if you steal it, your name becomes Thief for the rest of the game if you save it. And some other things happen. I don't know if I'm actually going to go through and do that or not. I don't think I did it last time. I don't think I stole anything from the shop. Maybe I did. I don't know. Alright, what's up, young lad? Just push all the buttons at once to save. Don't ask me what that means. Yeah, so back in the day, in the Game Boy versions of games when we played it, we didn't have, you know, like you could just, you had like, what, 4 buttons that you could hit? So you had to hit all the buttons at once, and that did like certain things. And like in our day, that was like, oh, let's bring up this secret menu. It's not really a secret menu, but it will allow you to save. Oh my god, you know, saving your game. What a concept. It was back then, though, and we liked it. This baby wants a Yoshi doll. She saw one at the trendy game. Couldn't get it. It's actually really easy to get. We'll get that today. We'll come back when we got a little bit of money. I actually just don't have fuck all on me right now, so you know, that's just the way it is. This little grove of stuff here, we can't do anything with yet, but just remember it for later. And then there's another little shop. This is actually the trendy game right here. And this young lad teaches us about how saving works, and yeah, just some old school mechanics from back in the day when we played it on the Game Boy. You know, you had to do what you had to do. It saved the game, and it did have like those battery backups in there and such. But yeah, you had to do that. And the last doorway that you went out, you know, it would save your game from there. So it's kind of like, just make sure you kind of know where you are before you save your game, and it'll pop you right out on the outside. Strange mechanics, but hey, it worked. When you're running out of hearts, you better enter a house or a cave. Why? I have no... Because of the save thing we were just talking about. So, there it is. In here is kind of like the learning adventure, if you will, if you want to take a look. But this book right here specifically, though, does have like a full-on map that you can take a look at without having to explore all of Koholint Island just yet. So, boom, here we go. We can kind of see where different levels are. Let's see, I know level 1 is around this area somewhere, but, you know, so eventually we're kind of like, where's level 1? You know, maybe, is that it? No? That's probably it, yeah. So you can kind of take a look at this map and see if you want to find any of the areas that you're kind of so looking to get. The properties of war poles. Read this book? No, thank you. And take note, there is a book right up here, too. So we'll have to come back for that later as well. And that's going to be a little bit more important in the DX version of this version here. Just because, well, it'll have, well, you know, not really so much of a spoiler to say. It involves the armor from later, so you probably want to go ahead and do that. Just remember it when you get the boots. Very much in the fashion of A Link to the Past, the game that actually is the predecessor to this one. This game came out after. On the handheld, on the Game Boy, and that's why, you know, it looks the way it does, because obviously this was originally a Game Boy release. A old school Game Boy release. Hoot hoot. So you are the lad who owns the sword. Now I understand why the monsters are starting to act so violently. A courageous lad has come to wake the windfish. It is said that you cannot leave the island unless you wake the windfish. You should now go north to the mysterious forest. I will wait for you there. Hoot! All right, yes. And let's get it. All right, let's fucking do it. Let's go. Let's get some, let's start ripping up some enemies right away. We got a sword now, so yes. I love that moment right there. That's just one of the, for me, it's just one of the most powerful moments in Zelda games. It's like, yes, I got my sword again. I'm ready to go. As a kid, it always was like, yeah, hype mode. And as an adult, obviously, hype mode. What I did there, just there for a moment too as well, is I switched over. I prefer having my sword on B, for at least the way that the Game Boy was set up. It was just more comfortable for me back in my controls. It just carried over into my grown-up years that, yeah, I'm just going to use my sword on the B button. I hope that's not bothersome. But for me, it's the way. This is the way. And son of a bitch, here we go. Picking up our first Guardian Acorn that does this music non-stop. So this is a good time to make mention that I'll probably go ahead with the edits and edit out times where it's like, oh god, I gotta leave the screen. Now, this is not gonna be one of those moments. I'm gonna go in and out of this library just to literally kill that stupid music. I would rather miss the thing entirely than go out of my way to hear that damn song again. And for some reason, it doesn't work the same way when I pick up a piece of power. Ooh, same song, but nope. This time I'm filled with power, so it's okay. I don't know. I really don't understand the reasoning behind that. It's just the way it is, and as a Zelda player, you just have to accept it. So let's move back over here to this little area and go find this right here. That's what I was looking for. Now that you got a sword, you can cut all the grass. We found our first secret seashell. We collect a lot of these. Something good is bound to happen. In my previous Let's Play of the remaster of this game, I don't believe I collected enough seashells to get what I needed to get, so I'm gonna try to do that in this version. I'm gonna try to find where the damn seashells are, man, because yeah, I got to find them. So really, I just gotta keep track of the ones that I find first, I guess. But anyway, mysterious forest. It's a little bit mysterious. Yeah, if we keep going this way. Ooh. Hoot! Ho, brave lad, on your quest to wake the dreamer. Welcome to the mysterious wood. Much of mystery you will find on this uncharted Koholint Island. I'm afraid you may find it a trifle difficult to leave the island while the windfish naps. By the by, have you ever visited the Tail Cave, which is south of the village? Go there with the key that you find in this forest. The windfish is watching. Hoot! Alright, so yeah, there we go. And no, actually, good kind Sir Owl, we have not seen the Tail Cave yet, but I do kind of know where it is anyway, but so we'll just go down that way after we find the key over here. I didn't feel it to be super necessary to go down there and just be like, oh look, there it is. I know I've been doing that kind of already, like, hey, here's the library, oh look, here it is, but not for everything. I am going to try to make this a suited Let's Play, just because, you know, bringing Let's Plays back finally is one of the things that I've been wanting to do, and Earthbound still isn't out, so there we go. I might have to just live stream that shit. But I have to do it justice. It's such a good game, and, you know, if I don't give it the editing justice that it requires, I'm gonna hate myself later, and that's the only reason I haven't live streamed it yet. Or, again, I think I started it up on, like, one of my other channels, like, way back in the day, and I found some memories that you gotta look back on and find that, but no. But anyway, okay, so we're gonna continue through the mysterious woods here. We're gonna fight off some of these moblins. And that guy had a sword and a shield, actually. He can kind of, like, block some of our attacks. I kind of made short work of him, but eventually, at some point, there'll be some tougher ones. I think there's some Stalfos type skeleton guys that have gear as well, so. Alright, there's another one of those damn things. Let's skip it entirely. Nope, I'm just gonna skip it. I don't need it. I'm fine with 3 hearts. I don't need much more than that for the moment. And what do we get? Money. 50 rupees. Very nice. Alright, so yeah, essentially at the time being it is, ooh, there's some money. Yeah, I'm trying to pretty much collect some cash so I can go back and I can do some of the trendy game stuff in the village. I haven't skipped it entirely. I'm just gonna come back to it when I actually have money. Don't worry so much about that piece of heart over there for now, because I don't believe we have the required items to do anything about it yet, so. But we can grab this. You pick the Toadstool. As you hold it over your head, a mellow aroma flows into your nostrils. Okay, then. And going up this way, I believe it's just a dead end. But let's go take a gander over here and see what we can see. And boom, it looks like the treasure chest, probably where the key is. Alright, so, there was the raccoon guy that gave me some nonsense. I don't think I made mention of it, but if you try to go past it at the moment, oh shit, I think I screwed that up already. Yeah, if you try to go past the raccoon without the required item to get past him, you won't be able to do so. So we have to find that before we can actually get out of this mysterious wood and find the key that we need. Let's see if we can actually do this the correct way. Here we go. And again, even on the return trip, don't worry so much. We gotta find out a way to break those skulls. No, there we go. There's a piece of power. Yeah, it's totally different now when I got this. It's the same annoying fucking music, but now I've got the power. And look at that shit. Yeah, I don't give a shit anymore. It's fine. That's so much fun. And one of the things we can get kind of later on in the game, I think, if we power up the sword. But again, that has to do with the seashells, and we'll do that. We'll do that later on. Or maybe I'm thinking about the armor. Actually, there is the 2 different types of armor that you can get. And I think I traded them in and out in the last game, and I might do that again. I don't even know if you can do that in this old school version, or if I just have to, like, pick an armor and go with it. That might be the case, actually. In which case, now I'm gonna really have to rethink that, because, yeah, I do like the blue armor because, you know, I get hit a lot. I'm Link, I get my ass whooped, it's fine. But then again, having that red armor, Choices, choices, choices. Bounce that kook man. Yeah, the kook man has returned. Nice. And so let's see. Okay, so let's get this mushroom ready to go, because this is the witch's hut right here. Let's just present it to her immediately. Ah, the sleepy toadstool it does. We'll mix it up something in a jiffy, we will. And then she goes like really ham into it. It's all ready, it is. Take care, as there's not much there. Why not try a bit in my hut? No, thank you, that's fine. Maybe I'll try some of the kook man. I'd turn him into a kook man, actually. I forgot what those things were called, but yeah. So there we go, we got the magic powder, and that's one of the items that we definitely need before we can continue on any further. So, kind of a required item, kind of strange. You're just gonna have to explore and turned you into a kook man. That's funny. Flashback humor to my Link to the Past. All right, and so yeah, I'll use one for now. It's fine. We got like 19 capacity and that stuff, so that's totally cool. Not a big deal. We're also noticing here that we're fighting different types of those little gel enemies, and actually, what we needed that powder for is now we go and sprinkle it on the raccoon who's blocking our way, and we can actually get we can progress with the story now. So, and I believe he's just north of this screen. Ooh, no, thank you. There we go. All right. Hello, Mr. Raccoon. I got something to sprinkle upon you. And he just goes, whoa. Oh, look, and it's Taryn. Oh, the last thing I can remember was batting into a big juicy toadstool. Then I had the darndest dream. I was a raccoon. Yeah, sounds strange, but it sure was fun. All right then, Taryn. I'm all tuckered out. I think I'd better set a spell before I head home. I think you've been setting a spell there for a minute, dude. But that's fine. And anyway, yes, the little chime notification will let us know. Then, boom, indeed, we have gotten the tail key. Now you can open the tail cave gate. All right, and here comes the nice, friendly navigation owl. Hoot, take the key and go to the tail cave. Retrieve the instrument that is hidden there. Go now. The windfish is waiting. Hoot! All right, thank you, Mr. Hoot Owl. Is there anything up north that I need to go and check out? Just before we, like, completely leave? No, there wasn't. Yeah, so I just kind of, like, wasted my time going in and out of the map there. So right back into the woods it is. I forgot that, yeah, there is, like, the Mr. Right guy up there, up that way, and, up there. And, but we don't have the item from the dungeon yet, nor do we have any way to, like, pick up anything, you know, so that, yeah, so the game right away, at the very beginning, kind of, like, makes you feel a little bit, like, powerless, you know, you're like, you know, you're Link from back in the day, but, you know, all he could really do was swing a sword, you know, and run fast. Well, you did have those things, but, which of things we will get again, in this adventure, so, not all is lost. Let's go over here. Yeah, let's go do some of the trendy game stuff. That's right. So we'll go over here and we'll get this Yoshi doll that we've been hearing about. There it is, right there in the middle. So again, why was it so hard to get the Yoshi doll? It's like really the only thing on the track that isn't moving. So that lady just sucks at fair games, man. She's obviously never been to a millennial fair. Jeez. And okay, so let's pretty much just get the shadow aligned up, really, just like that, and that should do it. Boom. Got a Yoshi doll. All right, we should be able to move, actually, I think, at this point, too, while the little thing is going. Yeah. All right, drop me some Yoshi. Let me get some Yoshi. All right, you got a Yoshi doll. Recently, he seems to be showing up in many games. And yeah, nice little callback. This had to be, what, 90-something, man? 93? 94? When this, I don't know, it was still the early 90s, I believe, when this originally released in its gray and green glory, whatever. Still can't really afford anything of use in the item shop just yet. We do have our eye on that shovel, though, for 200 rupees, so that is kind of what I'm eyeballing in there. But anyway, the point of the Yoshi doll is to go ahead and come in here and, will you give that doll to my baby? Yes, thank you. Oh, you are indeed a generous person. Ah, I will give you this in return. And she gives us this, Yoshi doll for a bow. Maybe you can trade the ribbon, trade the ribbon for something else. And that is the beginnings of the trade sequence that this game does have, holds part of. There's Marin. She's kind of just chilling outside now. I didn't even realize that the first time I was playing through, but yeah, there she is. I was going to go talk to her, but, you know, because she sings these songs. But anyway, you can bring the ribbon right over here to little Bow Wow Jr. Yeah, because she's down with some accessories. Oh, that ribbon, I need it. Will you trade for my dog food? Why, yes, I will. Lucky. Here's your dog food. Oh my god. All right, fair trade indeed, right? You exchange ribbon for, it's whatever, it's full of juicy beef. All right, and I know exactly where to bring that juicy beef can, which is actually kind of sort of in the direction that we're going anyway, so we're going to go back down to Toronbo Shore. And we'll head back down actually to the beach area. We'll go down to the beachfront because I believe that the house that I'm looking for is somewhere around here on the beach. Probably just a screen or two. Yeah, Piece of Power, the crappiest song ever. Always going to make mention of that probably. It's just so terrible. But it's so weird. I can endure it when I have the power. It's totally different. I totally missed that rupee there, but that's okay. We're not going to deal with the song for too long. We'll go right inside this little hut over here. And what's that you have? It's canned food? For heaven's sake, man, give me that. Give that to me, please. He's hysterical. What will you do? I'll go ahead and give it to him. And he's gonna eat it can and all. One shot. Nice. That gator's got some bite. I know it's not a fair trade, but here's some bananas. Oh boy, give us some bananas. For all you Breath of the Wild fans, here we go. The beginnings of the banana adventure. It all happened in a dream. This is all a dream. So those bananas for now, we're not going to be able to do anything with just yet. It's actually going to be a little bit before we do that. I think you're probably meant to do that trade sequence over the course of the first part of the game here, and maybe not all in one shot like I just did it, but at least that portion of it can be done at this point like that. So it's fine. You can do that. You can do it now. You can do it later. It's just kind of like some stuff that I just like to get out of the way right now. So we're just going to go with it. So we'll take out these Octo Rocks. Pause pretty much for the prove. Well, except that one shot me with a rock. To be no challenge, but slight challenge. Fall in this hole, dipshit. All right. And just right around the corner over here is the entrance to the Tail Cave. And let's do it. Let's dive in to level 1. The Tail Cave, indeed. All right, so a very beginner-friendly dungeon, if I do say so myself. This dungeon didn't really pose, even as a child, I always found Tail Cave to be easy, just straight up easy. Maybe it's because I played it a lot and I played it at a young age, or it's just easy, and I'm not misreading that or anything. Anyway, we got a compass. Now you can see where the chests and Nightmare are hidden. This compass has a new feature. A tone will tell you if a key is hidden in a room when you enter. Okay. I'm not going to read that every time, but the monsters do respawn, so I guess there is that to be said of the challenge and somewhat. Not all the time. Not every monster will respawn, I think most of them. And there's the little tone that they were just told about, so that means there's a key in here. Oh, I wonder if I hit this button if it'll bring the chest out. Yep, there it is. And maybe that's another part of the Tail Cave of level 1. It's a bit predictable, and again, I guess it's fine, because being a level 1, I can understand that it should be set out to begin the adventure, get things going, get you comfortable with the controls, and learn to play the game with new mechanics as you pick up new items in the dungeon as per Zelda teaches us. A trope that has been done, and there's the map, sorry, a trope that has been done in most Zelda games throughout all time. So it's like, it teaches you through gameplay, and that's always been good. And that's why I think Zelda has such a strong following. Because not only is, well, 1, the art style's dope. 2, the map design and dungeons are dope as hell. And 3, it's just gameplay. Gameplay. It doesn't really, like, hold your hand so much. Some of the later games maybe did. And hell, maybe even to an extent, this one did too. Do I want that piece of power? I definitely want that chest. I really want to waste the time now, because I like the dungeon music. Sorry, piece of power. Not a big deal, really. Push this block over here, though, to trap that wall master, or whatever those things are, those wall guards. Blades of Death. So it doesn't come out and chop you. Now we gotta watch out for the orbs here, little bubbles, or whatever that, I guess they're bubbles. I got a little close to that one. He didn't do anything, though. I think they just, in earlier games, they take away your sword and such. I'm not sure if that was the trick, but push that block there, and there you go. You're also going to notice these owl statues, and in my earlier days, they were a little bit confusing because it was like, oh, what do I do with this? Is that part of my quest? Not really. It exists to give you hints about the dungeon, and that is part of the thing where it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe they are holding my hand a little bit in level 1, but it does kind of persist throughout a bit in some of the dungeons. Now, it's like, looks like that heart there is a little out of reach to get. However, well, we get it. Probably the treasure. Yes. You picked up the rock's feather. It feels like your body is a lot lighter. Excellent. One of my favorite items in the game, too. Very utility-based. You can jump now. Link can jump, so that's cool. And, yeah, that was really good. They handled it quite well in this game, especially in these little 2D parts right here, or these little side-scroller parts, I should say. Where you could, I could go down there and smash some Goomba, because if you do smash them, you can get a heart out of them. So that's one surefire way to always collect a heart, if you need it, is to smash a Goomba in those little horizontal adventure parts there. All right, so we'll take care of this little mini Moldorm here, and I'll also take note of the cracked wall over there. There's nothing I can do about it at the moment, because I don't have bombs. I was hoping that the shop had bombs, and it's like, son of a bitch. You gotta be kidding me. I was hoping that the shop had bombs, but they didn't, so. And now, actually, you could have gone to this room and gone around the other way. Oh, yeah, that's right. These little guys are going to be like, hit me, dude, hit me, so I can get rid of this stupid freaking music. But no. We're going to have to deal with it. It's so annoying. The bane of my existence. Makes me forget what I was talking about. But, yeah, so anyway, so I just loop back around. We're going to come back around over here to this side. I should have, like, 3 keys, I think, now at this point. We've been picking up some keys as we're going along. Oh, I got 2. Okay, so there should be another one at some point. But yeah, we got 2 keys, so we can start opening some doors here. Let's go take a look around. We got the dungeon item. That was the most important thing to get first and foremost. And here we go. Mini-boss time. Alright, let's kick this fucker's ass. I wasn't treating mini-bosses this time around with any super huge respect. It's just like, ooh, danger, danger, kind of like in the old Mega Man days. And I'll just name bosses. So, sorry, mini-bosses. But yeah, you get a little bit, you get half danger. Alright, and this portal right here, we got the fairy, serves to just bring us back to the entrance. And I literally walked out and in just to end the music. I couldn't deal with it, my friends. I just couldn't do it. Okay, so it looks like we are missing the nightmare key. So we're going to have to go track that down. So we do have another key left, if I'm not mistaken, and we'll probably pick up another one, I think, at some point. But I think this room right here, if you just knock all those guys, it gives you the little owl beak statue that goes into that statue that we just saw. And it provides hints for the dungeon, but it's not entirely necessary. You don't have to do that if you don't need to. And I think it's just egregiously holding your hand in level 1. And that is the part of it that does persist through the dungeons, is they'll give you those like hints and stuff. But I think with enough trial and tribulation and Zelda knowledge, you could figure out dungeons. It's not that big of a deal. But anyway, we'll use the key on that block there, and that should be, yes, leading to the Nightmare's key. Now you can open the door to the Nightmare's lair. All right, we will do that indeed. So we can go take on the boss of level 1. Alright, so basically, we're just gonna go back the way we came, and we saw that big door already, so it was just literally right over here through the, just past the mini-boss room. It was like they put the mini-boss and the boss right together, pretty much, with one room separating them and such. Now going down, that's just a pit. We'll find out what that means. Maybe not, because I'm going in balls out. Buzz, outsider. And it's a mole dorm, right away in level 1 instead of, like, level 3. But, let's just take care of him right now. 3 hits will do it. 3 hits on the tail, and I made that look easy. When you have the Rock's Feather, it's not a problem. So there we go. That was the Moldorm. And the collectibles in this game are the instruments. You've got the full moon cello. And we'll use these to wake the windfish when the time comes. Swamp. A path opens in the blooms. Alright, and that will be pointing us into our next direction for the next episode, when we'll be heading towards the swamp and finding some of the areas out there that we need to take on. Thanks for watching the Rooster Retro Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon to be reminded of future uploads. See you next time.